have a confession to make. Back when I was in college, I hung out with this blonde, all-American, golden boy Adonis named Dean. I didn't particularly like Dean, but whenever we went out together, his good looks made it really easy for me to get with women. Women would just flock to Dean, but Dean had a dark side. He would get to second or third base, and when she said no, Dean would get pissed off, grab his jacket, storm for the door, and yell, "Stop acting like a little girl!" According to Dean, more often than not, she would chase after him saying, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make you mad. We can do it if you want." So I had another friend named Linda. When Linda was a sophomore, she was date raped by her study partner. He later called her up and said, "Hey, sorry things got out of control. Can I make it up to you with a steak dinner?" Linda never reported the rape to the police, but she did seek counseling. I first met Linda a year later, and we became really close friends. She immediately started dating my roommate Mark, and it was like I had my two best friends with me wherever I went. One night, I was telling Linda how I hadn't had sex in a long time, and how I had this friend named Dean who yells at women and gets laid by being a jerk. And I asked her, "Why do women fall for that, Linda?" She didn't say anything. I turned to look at her, and her face was a color rash. She asked me, "How good of friends are you with Dean?" I said, "Not very." She took a deep breath and said, "Derek, Dean's the guy who raped me." As I said, Linda was dating my roommate Mark. When I told Mark about this, he wanted to kick Dean's ass. Now, you have to picture Mark. He's a wiry 5'6" and weighs about 135 pounds. He's no match for Dean's 6'6" build. So I suggested we send him a message. I said we should spray paint rapist on his Celica, smash his windows, and slash his tires. The next night, Mark came in with a bag. Inside the bag was a baseball bat, 2 black ski masks, a bottle of orange spray paint, and a bottle of cheap tequila. We started doing shots to get our courage up, but I suddenly started to feel sick, and it wasn't from the booze. I told Mark I didn't want to do it. He said, "Fine, show me where he lives and I'll do it." I told him I didn't think he should do it either. It just wasn't right. He said, "It's not right what happened to Linda either. As far as I'm concerned, it's karma." I told him I didn't think revenge was the answer. It would just make Dean a colder, crueler person. And who knows? Dean might think one of his ex-girlfriends did it and try and take it out on them. He might even think Linda did it. Mark told me to think about it some more and get back to him before he left. So when I got home from class later that day, there was a message on my answering machine. It was from Dean. He wanted to go out. Of course, I didn't call him back. I thought maybe I should and say, "I don't want to be your friend anymore because you raped my friend Linda." I imagined how that conversation might go. I'd say, "Hey man, let me tell you my side of the story." And then I would have to hear his side of the story and hear him blame Linda, say she was really into it, or some other vile crap. Or he might say, "I don't even know her. That never happened." Or he could just say, "The next time I see you, you're dead." Over the next several weeks, Dean left me messages on the answering machine. Beep. Is something wrong? Why aren't you calling me back? Beep. Hey, I thought we were friends. Why are you dodging me, man? Beep, this is my last call to you. If I did something to piss you off, I'm sorry. Let me make it up to you with a steak dinner. When I heard that, I went ballistic. I went over to Linda's to tell her what me and Mark were going to do to his car. I wanted her blessing. She said, "Oh my God, you guys, you're so sweet and so stupid." If I wanted Dean punished, I would have done it myself. I would have pressed charges. I don't want this. Not this. The reason I didn't confront Dean before was because I wanted the safety of being anonymous so I could trash his car. But now, there was nothing to stop me from telling him how I felt. But it was finals week, so I put it off. Then it was summer break, and Dean lived in the same small town I did, so I put it off again. The next fall, Dean wasn't at my college anymore. I never confronted Dean. I should have confronted him, not in violence, not to hurt him, but to show him how he was hurting others. Dean looked up to me because he liked that I was smart. I believe that if I would have confronted him, I may have gotten through to him, maybe even prevented future rapes. I should have told him why he lost me as a friend, and instead I was silent. To this day, I feel like a coward because I didn't stand up to a rapist. To this day, I feel the shame that all good men feel when they do nothing. And guys, if you think this story is just about me, you're wrong. The deeper cut to this story is that we all know a Dean. Now, the Dean you know might not be some man pig that treats women with disrespect. The Dean you know might be a real nice guy who thinks about slipping a drug into a girl's drink. I don't know what Deans you need to confront in your life, but I do know this. They only get away with the things they do because good men like me, and a lot of the good men in this room tonight, don't say anything. So say something, say anything, just don't be silent.